hasta el fin de este mundo. Te seguiré con este amor profundo. Solo a ti entregaré el corazón, mi cariño y mi ser. Y por nada ni nadie en el mundo te olvidaré. Luna de miel para los dos, siempre serás mi amor. Y en el sueño viviremos los dos, los dos. Y siempre voy a los sitios y digo que viva Puerto Rico. Que viva Puerto Rico.
Welcome. It's really a pleasure. My name is Zuleika Cabrera, and I'm the president of the Institute for the Puerto Rican Hispanic Elderly, and I want to welcome all of you. How do you like the center? This center is Elmhurst Jackson Heights Senior Citizen Center, and this center, we have an average of 500 seniors a day, and they stay doing activities all day. So I would love a lot of you to come during the week and all when there are special events and join us as members as well as volunteers. Because nosotros nos estamos poniendo joven, ¿verdad que sí? Okay, now, it is really, I want to present, huh? Oh, you want to sit down, okay. I wanted to introduce you, which I think a lot of you know her, Helen Marshall, a borough president of Queens, Helen Marshall. And Helen Marshall, and I will tell you that Helen Marshall has been an advocate for all of us, really standing for, you know, she's always there when we call her, and she comes to all our activities, and especially to honor Alice, it's really it's a pleasure that you're here. But I would say that she has fought for all the programs in the aging, as well as youth and education. Because what's sad about these days is that everybody's concerned about the education, but the first thing that gets cut is educational programs, as well as the other spectrum of seniors. So it's really my pleasure to present to you Honorable Helen Marshall, President of the Borough.
Alice, felicidades. Okay. So proud of you. You've had such a history of making this city a better place. Both, every place I've gone, you've been there, you've worked so hard for people, and you're a very proud Puerto Rican, and I love you for that, okay? Today is your 80th birthday. I hope you have at least 25 more, okay? You look so good to be 80 years old. Don't worry about it, thing. And she's got the spunk of a 16-year-old, so God bless you, Alice. And I had to come by and say congratulations to you, and I wish you many, many more happy years. You've been a great trooper, a great soldier. Even with your cane, you're still getting around. And in this center, what Zuleika didn't say is that they also dance. They also dance. And I've seen some great dancing here. But I had to come out today. You know, the city is built by many, many people. Over the years, there are those leaders who stand out, who have given so much, and sometimes they're not really talked much about. Alice is one of those people who is always there at the right time and for the right issues. I haven't always agreed with her, but none of us agree with everybody. She is, whether I agree with her or not, I admire her and for what she has done. And she has her own family to care for, but she considers the whole community her family. And that is, I could point to some, I know that if Kathy Nolan was here, she would be right here for you, because she loves you and she respects you, and she has good reason to do that. Keep on fighting. Keep on fighting. We're just going to keep on going until we just can't go anymore. but you got a lot of time left, and I have too. So we're going to work together and continue to fight. And thank you so much. Let's give her a great big hand. Okay? If you have a glass on your table, could we all raise our glass for Alice? Could everybody raise their glass for toast to Alice?
This is my city council. Jimmy Van Bama. Salud. Salud. Felicidades. As long as you have your glasses, my friends, this is my speech for all of you. I'm not going to listen to my last question. Excuse me, this is traditional for me, and you shall get all choked up. But it's for family and friends who are absent, especially my brother Joe. Thank you.
I would like to present Jimmy Van Bremer. Am I correct? Yes. He's the new city council of the 26th district.
Good evening. Thank you so much. I am the new city council person for the 26th district. The most important thing of the night, Alice Cardona, is that I am so proud to be your city council member. And I just want everyone to know that I just got off the phone with my good friend Kathy Nolan, who wanted to be here so very much. She was practically in tears, and I'm not exaggerating. And she is in the chamber. They are voting right now. And she said, Jimmy, please go and tell Alice how much I love her, how much we all appreciate your decades of work. You know Captain Nolan loves you more than anything, Alice. And I just want to let you know that I do too, under what our president does. Thank you so much for everything you have done for the state of New York, for women, for Puerto Ricans, for Latinas, for everything. You're a hero to so many of us. Thank you so much.
Friends, can I just take a couple of minutes to tell you about something very important? Do you like the center? Yes. Do you like the center? Yes. Well, one of the things that you've got to do to preserve our senior programs and money for senior programs, you've got to answer the census. You've got to answer the census because that is how they judge how much money we will get for senior centers, our congressional districts, all kinds of things like that, depend upon our numbers. And they've made it very simple now. It's very simple. I did my own. It just wants to know the name of the person, the age of the person, because they need to know how many seniors and the children, etc. How many people actually live. And Queens right now, and for so long, the last time that we did the census was 10 years ago, and only 53% of the people in Queens actually signed up for the census. We got to protect our senior centers. We got to protect our schools. We need more and more schools for our children. And the census is the one measure that they use to determine whether or not we should, when Zuleika writes a proposal for all of our senior programs, they're going to look. They want to see they want to know how many people it's going to affect. It's very easy, and there's no question about your immigration. None of that is in fact, they're forbidden to exchange. The law states that they cannot exchange this material with anyone. So there's nothing about your income. None of those things are in it. Just your name and the where you live. That's all that's there. Because they want to get those numbers straight. So I know seniors are more responsible sometimes than other people. But please, when you get the form, you just put checks and put your name and your address. That's just about it. Okay? All right. Thank you. have also, we have it in 14 different languages, so that we can help people who, whatever language they speak and understand, we can do it. Thank you.
Buenas. Hay unas personas que tienen un testimonio y una proclamación para Alice. Me gustaría, I'm sorry Alice, you have no choice. Just very quickly, we have the judge that would like to say, sorry. Alice, you can't protest this time, and I can't see it this time. Honorable Doris Lane Cohen. Judge.
So good evening. I'm here because Alice, for 20 years, has been my mentor. And I was named the executive director of Majority Coalition, which was a coalition out of 1199 about 20 years ago, and I was a complete political neophyte. I had no idea what I was doing. I only worked some issues, and somehow they named me an executive director, and I had to deal with labor union leaders, a lot of elected officials, a lot of activists, and really I was out of my league. But Alice took me under her wing, and I have always been grateful, and I know I'm not the only one. So I want you to stand up if you've been given advice by Alice, if you've been mentored by her. Yes, yes, yes. I know, and there are plenty people outside of this room who'll be coming tonight. So let's raise a glass to Alice for her friendship, for her wisdom, for her mentorship. And I'm Chinese, so I have to say, long life, much health, many more years of mentoring us. Thank you so much. Hear, hear.
I know you guys just want to party and listen to the music, but I just wanted to take a quick moment to wish Alice a happy birthday. When my boss, Senator Gillibrand, got into office, was appointed over a year ago. 1 second, please. Oh, 1 second. Un segundito, por favor. Yo voy a hacer rápido. When my boss got appointed about a year ago, Alice came to our office and said that she needed to talk to the senator because she wanted to help her out with Latino outreach. And she has been very instrumental in our office, and we just want to thank her. The senator wrote a really nice note for her and her birthday and for all of her efforts in making New York better. So thank you, Alice, and happy birthday.
Una de las cosas que yo dije, I don't want to make any speeches, but I just want you to know that Kristen Gillibrand is one of my people that I'm going to working very hard to make sure she stays as a United States Senator. So anybody who's interested, email me. How's that? Alex, right? Flores. The next person I'd like to present, and I'm doing it representing Daniel Drum, who's the councilman from this district, is Alex Flores.
Good evening, everyone. The council member Daniel Drum regrets not being here today, but I will present this award certificate on his behalf to Alice on her 80th birthday for her continuous commitment and leadership. El concejal Daniel Drum lamenta no estar aquí esta tarde, pero en su nombre le presentaré este certificado a Alice en su día de cumpleaños por su continuo esfuerzo y su liderazgo. Felicidades.
Yo dije que yo no iba a hacer ningún speeches, pero, you know, everybody changed the program, so I got to say something, right? Danny Drum, every Latino, gay or otherwise, has a lot to say to Danny Drum and thank him for the work that he did in organizing after Julian Rivera was killed on PS 69 steps because he was gay. And that is many years ago. But if we have an organization here in Queens, it's because he and many others said, enough, we need to stick together. And ever since then, I have been supporting Danny Drum and his group. You didn't know that. Thank you. Music, please. Es un placer presentarle a Annette Rodríguez Soriano, abogada.
Okay, buenas noches. First of all, Aurea, is this working? It's on. Okay. Aurea and Gloria Cooperman, please. Okay, can I just have your attention? All righty. Alice, the birthday girl. Alice, we need you here. Alice Cardona, the birthday girl, can you please sit here? Now, Alice. I know. Right here. Alice, right here. Where are you going? Alice. Alice, here. Okay, 15 years ago, on Alice's 65th birthday, if any of you were, can you hold it down over there? We're trying to, thank you. 15 years ago, at Alice's 65th birthday, Alice Cardona, as many of you know, is the founder of many organizations. Alice Cardona founded the 100 Puerto Rican and Hispanic Women in Queens in 1995. And in Broadway 2 on Queens Boulevard, the 100 Puerto Rican and Hispanic Women in Queens, 3 of us are here, Aurea Rodriguez, Gloria Cooperman, and myself. We celebrated Alice's 65th birthday. So for us to be here tonight to celebrate her 80th birthday is something very special. Because not only has it been 15 years, but I personally happen to have known Alice even way before that. She was a mentor. I remember when she was an aspira, I was an aspirante, and she's just a fabulous person. So her 80th birthday to me is just a new beginning, because you know she never stops. So God knows what other organization she's going to start tonight. Anyway, one of Alice's sidekicks, or you know, partner in crime, is la Doctora Aurea Rodriguez, who has been another mentor to me. Aurea Rodriguez is the founder and the president of the Puerto Rican Institute for the Development of Education. And I will tell you, without these two women, I wouldn't be where I am today. So I want to pass the microphone to Aurea, who will present Alice with.
Muy buenas noches a todos, and good evening. It's for me a pleasure here to work with Alice. And I met Alice when I was assistant director of Aspira many years ago, many months ago. And we have been together in many organizations working with the community. And I want to congratulate Alice for her commitment and for her struggles with the community and with women's rights and human rights in the community. Alice, for mí, para mí ha sido un placer estar contigo. I wrote something in Spanish. It's very long, but I want you to read it. I wrote it with my heart, very nicely. See, please, no, I don't want to read it. It's long. You are going to read it. What happened, Luis? You want me to read it? Alice, with all my heart, happy birthday, and I hope you have enjoyed your party.
Oh, no, wait. You have to understand that this is a mutual admiration society. I know Aurea Rodriguez. You have to understand something about all of us, and I want to be very nationalistic about it. I'm talking about Puerto Ricans now, okay? And we have three options. I'm not talking politics. I'm talking about the three options. Aurea Rodriguez is on one side of those options, all the way over. Wait, it's the left hand, yes, all the way over. And then there are other friends who are all the way over on this side. But when we come together as friends, and we understand each other. Her struggle is our struggle, okay? Especially when it comes to the issue of Puerto Rico. And so deeply in my heart, I appreciate all the work that she has done for the option que viva Puerto Rico libre.
During that time when Alice was 65 and we celebrated that great birthday party, she decided, actually everybody decided, they were going to have a women's conference in Puerto Rico. And Alice says, "You're going." I'm going? Okay. Went to Puerto Rico, and I took my mother, who hadn't been to Puerto Rico in about 40 years, 50 years. And we just drove all over that island. My mother kept saying, "No, yo no voy a ir para allá, ¿para qué?" And I kept saying, "Ma, you got to meet Alice. She's wonderful. We're going to do this together." Okay, they had me driving all over the island, the two of them. We went to Los Baños de Cuamo. You know, we had a beautiful conference there, helping other women, women helping women. So it was an experience. Love you. Oh, I'd like to introduce Marlene Cinturon to the podium, please.
Before Marlene comes in, please, everybody recognize that one of my great champions has just walked into the room, John Luke. Why don't we let George?
Good evening. I'm one of the few people who's not going to confess how long I know Alice Cardona. But I will say this, for as long as I've known her, I've admired her. For as long as we've all known her, she has kept us on the straight and narrow. She has kept us true. There's no messing around with Alice in the room. And that's why we're here to celebrate her life. On behalf of my boss, Ruben Diaz Jr., Borough President of the Bronx, she told me not to read the whole thing, even though it'll take me a minute, but I'm going to read you the most important part. And it says this: Alice, today as you mark 80 years of life, may you continue to have good health, good friendships, and time to appreciate the city that you have so lovingly impacted and dedicated your life to. During this special occasion, I, Ruben Diaz, and I'm going to add my name, Marlene Cintron, salute you. God bless you, and many, many, many more.
Hello. It is my honor now to introduce to you a man who has made history in the city of New York. A man who first ran in these elections. We Puerto Ricans for Political Action Committee were the first person to really support him in his efforts to be the first controller, Asian controller in the city of New York. Controller John Liu. God bless him. And he's coming with his staff.
Thank you, Dr. Rodriguez. It's great to see everybody tonight here in Elmhurst and Jackson Heights at this wonderful center that Zuleika always reminds me is the best center in the whole city. She's probably right. But in any event, tonight we are here to celebrate a very special event. Somebody who I've actually known Alice for, I lost track of the years, well over 10 years. And I've learned a lot from her. And she has been an advocate on so many issues, a fierce advocate. I've got some bite marks from her advocacy. I've learned a lot from her along the way. And Alice is somebody who never loses sight of the principles and is always tenacious in achieving the goal. And so tonight, you know, we're here to celebrate her 60th birthday. 60th birthday. You don't look a day over 60. Although she's got 80 years of accomplishments in her lifetime. Alice, I want to thank you for what you have done for the community, for the city, what you have done for me and countless others. And on behalf of my office, the Comptroller's office, and I want to invite everybody from my office to come up here, including Michelle Centeno. Michelle, come on up, and John Cho. And Bonnie, come on up. And this is presented to Alice Cardona for her decades of dedicated and distinguished service to the Puerto Rican community and all New Yorkers, for her unwavering commitment to the struggle for equal rights and a fair education system, for being an outspoken champion for social justice, and for encouraging others to participate in the civic life of our neighborhoods, and her tremendous contributions to the city of New York. Signed this 26th day of March 2010. Alice, thank you. Happy birthday. Feliz cumpleaños.
I can't let John get away with this, because you have to know that every single thing that I have ever done, and I'm being recognized, John Liu has always said my favorite word, which is in Spanish, presente. Okay? So he's a good friend and a great supporter, and I'm so happy that we helped him to get to where he is today, because he's going to do greater things for all of us. Thank you, John.
Oh, sure.
I know there are a few people who like to say a few more words. We have somebody representing Councilwoman Julissa Ferrer.
The person is Jocelyn Henao. Jocelyn Henao, representing Julissa Ferrer, our honorable councilwoman.
Thank you, Alice. Thank you so much. Councilwoman Julissa Ferreras couldn't be here tonight, but she wants you to know how much she appreciates your friendship, your mentorship, and thank you so much for building the seed and for planting the seed of leadership. There's so many Latinas, including myself, that you have helped, that you have given a very selfless advice, that you have keep us, all of us, in shape as well. So I want to thank you. And also I want to know, by the end of the night, I want to know you don't look 80 years old, so I want to know what is the fun thing of you, okay? So congratulations.
No te preocupes. Buenas noches. Good evening. I would like to talk a little bit about Miss Cardona, who I met 21 years ago when I worked for Borough President Ruth Messenger. She was working for the governor's office. And I was impressed from day one when I met Alice. And she quickly brought me on board to do 10,000 things and kept saying, you live in Queens, let's do things in Queens. I kept working in Manhattan, doing everything else but Queens. So she finally got me here in 2006. I am working in Queens, living in Queens, and have a beautiful family in Queens. And it's wonderful. But Alice has taught me a lot through the years and still teaches me. And is probably one of the few women who can pull my ears if she needed to, but always tells me what I even don't want to hear. And for that, I am truly grateful. I'd like Veronica Piedra to join me, because she wanted to wish you a happy birthday also, as she is teaching us now and mentoring us with a new group called Las Reinas of Queens, which Alice is the chair. I am the co-chair, and Veronica is the secretary and researcher. And it's a group of women that get together, and we get together thanks to Alice. Alice has taught us what community work can do, friendship can do, and spiritual guidance as well. So I want to thank you, and you better not go anywhere or I'll be mad.
Alice, I cannot thank you enough. You are an inspiration to me. You are who I want to be when I grow up and become who I have to become. You are an example of what an inspiration and leadership means. And I am so proud to be under your wing. And I love you.
Can I have your attention, please? I just want to mention the fact that my favorite controller, without any disrespect to anybody else, is Miss Alice Cardona. She's been controlling me since we met. She even tells me what color hair to wear, what color. So it's my favorite lady in the world. I go anywhere for her. Happy birthday.
Okay, there's wine, there's going to be some music, so enjoy it. And thank you, everybody, on behalf of Alice Cardona, Aurea Rodriguez. Aurea, ven acá, por favor. That's what I'm saying. Aurea, there were some sponsors here. There's Michelle Centeno. ¿A dónde está Aurea? Porque Aurea es que tiene que decir esto. Avanza. Anel Rodríguez Soriano. ¿Ah? Aide Romano, su servidora Zuleika Cabrera, Lucy García, la directora del centro, y Audia Rodriguez, que headed everything and got us all involved, and that's the committee. So we want to thank the whole committee on behalf of all of us. Okay, thank you very much. Vamos a dar un aplauso a todas las personas. Gracias por todo.
Que pases un feliz año, y prosperidad. Felicidad en tus años.